What's up, guys? It's your boy Vince Ryder. I am going to tackle episode 13 of Sentibubbler. I mean, every time I do these reviews, it gets long, but I'm gonna make it a little bit short because I already did a long review of this. But I'm gonna see if I can condense it. That's my attempt. I'm gonna condense this review that is usually because whenever a new Ladybug Miraculous episode comes out, I always have to have at least almost an hour review about it because it's just impossible just to put everything in, and I can just only do so much of actually talking about the episode, especially talking about the synopsis of the story from beginning to end. But I'm not gonna do that. You know why? Because like it's my channel. I'm just I guess I just want to make it easier for you guys to listen, easier for me to actually talk about. So let's talk about it. And I guess this episode is surrounded of Alia. I mean, we see the dream. We see literally the dream. It starts off in a dream, or at least a nightmare for Ladybug. As you know, we see Cat Blanc, we see Chloe for some reason in Alia's house as they're having dinner. Like, isn't the whole class gonna be there? And we see good old Shadow Moth carrying the miraculous box. Like, what are you carrying that box for? You're not. Anyways, but yeah, it's just a nightmare. She woke up and she got worried, and then she was like, I gotta go to I gotta go Alia, and then goes to Alia. Pretty much Alia didn't really realize like she was coming, as if it was okay. I guess that's usually on the regular, like, yeah, I'm just coming by. No, this is a time where she's panicking and she's running to her in her pajamas to go to Ali's house just to stop them. Even though that the many Kwamis were like, hey, you can trust her, she'll be okay, but not in the dreams. In the dreams, we got Tiki saying like, you shouldn't trust her, you shouldn't trust her. But yeah, of course, Ladybug basically comes in as, and, is already worried that many of the, Alia and also her family, the twins, Nora and all of them were like, where is she? Where is she? Or something like that, as they were looking for Tarantula, which I'm like, okay, that's just great. Coming out from a pot. Oh, that's just great. Good thing I didn't watch this while I was eating. My goodness, how do you live with spiders? I can't live with spiders, man. Look, I will say it. I'm scared of spiders. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. The only spiders I like are angel dust and Miles Morales, but not this spider. Tarantulas? What's it up with the tarantula? I guess the tarantula plays a big story, or maybe it's something about that's gonna happen in the future. I don't know. But yeah, pretty much later on, as they all, especially Nino was scared of spiders. He's speaking up from my level and noticed that, Marionette's here in pajamas. What are you doing here? And that's when Alia just realized, like, oh yeah, what are you doing in here with pajamas? And I'm like, you just realized that, Alia? You're the smartest I know. I'm just playing, but yeah, Marinette and Alia basically, had a private talk, and that's when Nino tries to jump in. I'm like, whoa, Nino, chill. You're not going in there, okay? And don't be thinking you being akumatized. Actually, all because you got rejected out of going into her room. Hello, hope. But yeah, that's pretty much when Marinette was, talking about her dreams, about, how she's worried and how she's like, yeah, I don't know what it is. And of course, that's when Alia showcases her fanny pack for her Kwame to live in, which is kind of cool, good design. And that's the same thing, when you have Kwames around, you gotta have a little bit of something for them to live in. I don't know where Plague lives inside of, like, what, around Chat Noir's pockets? Get out of here. But yeah, that's pretty much something to showcase. And of course, Alia says, like, hey, you can trust me, and especially what Alia's been capable of. This whole episode showcases how Alia is very important pinpoint for, like, these strategic battles that freaking Shadowmoth be put in. Because this was a part where the Shadowmoth battle comes in as the phone is ringing, pretty much no one is answering the phone. So Alia goes out and like, why is no one answering the phone? And then finds out it was Shadowmoth, and all of them got captured by Bubbles, including Marinette. Yep, all of them, as she looks outside. We see Sentibubbler, as well, and Alia thinks it's Nino, but it's not Nino. Nino is also captured. The family's captured, and Marinette's captured, Spider's captured, and yeah, pretty much Alia, it's all up to her to actually, basically save them. And you see Alia's face. You see how calm she is, how very well composed, and how, very, she got her game face on. Okay, she's ready for this bout to go down. All right. And we see Shadow Mott like blackmailing her, telling her like, "Hey, you just need to betray Ladybug. Okay, you need to betray her, and that should be the plan. Okay, if not, then all your family goes flying to space. Not drop, flying to space, because Shadow Mott would do that. He's a family man, right? Well, not really. But yeah, we see later on as going through the episode, as the news was alerting everyone, and also alerted Chat Noir, as finally in the news. I guess that's the only way to actually alert for Chat Noir seeing the news, as he's always on TV half the time, more of the time actually. And yeah, that's when like Chat Noir to the rescue, and we see a transformation scene. From what I heard, we haven't seen a transformation scene from him in a while, so that's surprising. But yes, as these Chat Noir to the rescue, you know, goes up and tries to find him, tries to call Ladybug, but of course Ladybug is captured. Marinette is on a bubble, and yeah, we also see Alia basically calling for Ladybug. I don't know if this part of the play or something, but also what all is kind of clever is that Alia, she always has a plan for a lot of things, and also notice that of course she has like a Kwame, she can definitely save them. There is plans to behold, but it's about those plans. And one thing that I noticed, that due to how hard this mission is, a lot of the plans that Alia, and of course here I am going by logic. If this was ever planned out in real life, like this human itself could be the new Elon Musk if he wants to. But it's just that this Alia, her the way she planned, like in the moment, shows how really capable she is to actually have a Kwame, to actually have a Miraculous and being the new Miraculous owner. And it's almost like she's more capable than Ladybug, at least to me, because I started to see all the plans played out, especially how she was stumbling the table, and I believe that table would be like tumbling to the ground, or at least would really injured her, but I guess it didn't. And then that's when she turns into Reine Rouge, and goes around the door to the bathroom in literally under 30 seconds. And as she was, because Sentibubbler gave her 30 seconds for the bathroom, as she was sneaking in there, literally already transforms and uses Mirage for this clone to go into the bathroom. And 30 seconds, but 30 seconds to think of a plan, 30 seconds to actually really have this plan and nail it. And I guess Sentibubbler is the slowest like counter in the universe right now, because one, to like it's a slow. It's the Sentibubbler is mad slow with this counting. What are you doing? But yeah, of course it's a Sentai monster, but still. Um, and yeah, later on it tries to call. Not only, also want to really preface this before I talk about her calling Cat Noir, as Cat Noir gets jealous, of course. But grabs the grapes. Half minute. There's so many points. It seems like everything is in slow motion to Reine Rouge, because everything she does is such good timing, especially grabbing the grapes and actually feeding the Miraculous, which I never thought. Yes, the Kwame Trix needs feeding, needs the food for energy. I never thought she would be capable to actually have that, but it seems like she's on her game, knowing that she, her Kwame needs to be fed before the main mission, literally as the seconds are counting. And as seconds are counting, calls Cat Noir to basically tell Cat Noir, like, hey, don't use Cataclysm on the Sentai monster, which is Bubbler. Don't use it on Bubbler, because that's a Sentai monster. And also tries to share some other stuff, but couldn't, because still doesn't want, Cat Noir to know that, Ladybug is... or who Alia is, basically. Some secrets needs to be better hidden, but sometimes they might be found out in the future. And that's when they end the call. And of course, that's when, we got to see good old Cat Noir busting the building with one stick. I don't know what things with the physics. You busting the building with one stick. I know I saw a scene where literally one of the family was actually up high in Cloud 9 and falls into a net. Literally, I would be sliced cheese if that happened to me, let me tell you. But yeah, just breaks a building. And I thought he Cat Noir was going to be akumatized at the point, but he didn't. And I guess, that's a surprising kind of like scene to itself, to know that. Like, we usually don't see Cat Noir upset, usually, but when we do, it's sort of real. You feel it. And it's just that one of those points where like, yeah, it's kind of surreal at this point, and here I am jumping off like different review points, but it's okay. I'm trying to make it short, okay? And yeah, moving on in the mission, as Cat Noir tries to save or tries to go to the main building point, just to get to wherever like Reine Rouge is at. We see Marinette in a bubble, and I guess people will call this a mirror chat moment. That Marinette approaches Cat Noir and warns Cat Noir like, "Hey, don't go in there. They're working on a plan. They're using Mirage." And of course, Cat Noir's like, "How did you know that?" And that's when Marinette lied, of course, saying like, "Oh, I see the whole thing unfolded. I'm on the bubble. I see the whole thing, all that stuff." And it's just like, okay, come on, like just like that. If Cat Noir is smart enough, smart enough, like Alia would actually find out. But it's good. That's playing it safe there. I see you. I see you, writers. Astruck. But yeah, that's one of those scenes where we just like, it's, would you call this like a mirror chat moment, or I would call it, a moment where we see, Cat Noir being slowly away from, at least that's how he feels, slowly away from the group. And it's just, it's getting to that point where it's just like you feel bad for Cat Noir, waiting. And I guess all this mission that he's part of is something that, he doesn't need to be part of, but he is, for a good point. I feel like, as I'm really thinking about it, Cat Noir in this mission, would it be any different? Would it be easier, or would anything change? Like, because it feels like, almost like, I'm trying to think, because I remember Cat Noir uses his cataclysm of the bubbles, but then fails and got captured again. And I'm just thinking like, a good, I mean, he definitely distract like Sentibubbler and also Shadowmot in a way. But I'm trying to think, what would the mission be if Cat Noir wasn't part of it? It's almost like the writers really are on Ladybug's side when you really think about it, when you see the episode. But yeah, that's just one of those points where you see the separation, and it's slowly, I'm just really predicting, like, could this be going to a certain path that, Cat Noir could really turn to Cat Blanc again? I don't know. I really don't want to think about that, but that's just like overpowering and just something that might not come true. But you never know. You never know. But moving on, as pretty much I don't know if all this is still taking place in 30 seconds. I don't know when, like Reine Rouge comes back. But the mission is complex for me to actually say it without even, like, especially with the notes. Like, I'm trying to really understand the plans. And I guess they said, they set Alia up to be a very strategic character, and a smart one at that. Or to tell Genoa not to Bubbler. Yep, Devil tells that. I'm trying to read my notes here and to see where I'm at. I'm surprised I actually made it all across the way. But basically, the whole mission, as expected, went successfully. Of course. But I don't want to get ahead to myself, because there were so many points where I just want to analyze, and it's just so hard for me to do so. As I'm really trying to think, like, that scene where Ladybug's transformation. The only time that Ladybug actually has her transformation is actually for Reine Rouge to actually create a mirage in Marinette's bubble. And one thing that I'm so, like, unaware is, like, wait a minute, you're telling me that like Reine Rouge can set a mirage, but I did not know that she could actually make the other character invincible. You can create like a cloak for the other character. Is that what I'm seeing? I don't know. I was like, that can't be possible, right? Like, that's a new tech. That has to be like, I'm talking about like upgrade. Oh, you unlock a new power, like something like that. I'm just like, wait, I didn't know she could actually mirage. Maybe I'm missing some points that she could actually make other characters invisible. But this might be the first one that I can see that she can make Ladybug, invincible as she's trying to transform to Ladybug. And as that pretty much comes all together, uses. And then we see another thing where I'm kind of surprised, but I'm also, then I really, later on I was like, oh, okay, I see this word. As Ladybug then uses her phone thing to actually grab another Miraculous, and it's the Pegasus Miraculous. So we combine the Ladybug and the Pegasus Miraculous to make Pegabug, or basically like Pegasus and a Ladybug all together into one. I'm still waiting for that moment where Max can actually get to use the Pegasus. What are we gonna see Pegasus again? Okay, that would be cool. But definitely they, I keep saying definitely, they merge together, and that's when that's the only way to escape the bubble. Also, of course, Lucky Charm. Don't forget the Lucky Charm. And we have a pot, which I feel every episode always has to have a Lucky Charm, but does it? And I feel like the Lucky Charm was no use at all. Uses the Pegasus power to teleport out the bubble, as the mirage of Sad Marinette was still in there, and out the bubble to actually stop Shadow Moth and the rest of them. And I guess the Pegasus or Pegabug, grabs the coffee that Shadow Moth was holding, which I just noticed as he was holding it, and Ladybug was grabbing it. And I guess the coffee sort of controls the Sentai monster, which is, I'm like, huh? Because that's where the feather came from. I don't know. There was a lot of things that just didn't make sense at all. But hey, trust writers. I don't know. What I mean? And then uses that coffee to control Sentai monster, and tell him, like, and basically he automatically listens. Does he know that this is Ladybug? That like he's talking to. Like, I don't get it in that sense, but it works. Like, they release him the bubble and then fall on to I guess the strongest yo-yo in human history in the universe, because apparently that yo-yo can hold these people. And I guess that's how it works with this powerful tool, especially with these tools, especially like the building was broke because of Cat Noir's stick that he always use. What are these weapons? Where these came from? Like, how powerful these things are. Like, I don't, especially like we start to see that in this episode. I noticed that a lot of these weapons that they're using are so powerful. You're telling me that the stick, if you spin it around like a fan, it can block you from bullets? Like, could the net that Ladybug create can block you from a truck? Like, I don't know. These are certain logic ideas where I'm just like, I wonder if there's a way to test that out. But you never know. They could make that episode somehow if they're hearing this. I don't know if they would. They'll be confused hearing this, because they'll be like, what the heck is he talking about? So later on, as everything is back to normal, and I guess the only thing that, like, the Lucky Charm pot, was literally for the spider. I wasn't for like capturing the spider as it wasn't there. No, it was like stopping the spider. Like, gotcha. That's what the pot is for. You're telling me that's what the pot is for? Oh my god. I don't know. This episode got me confused. The plan and everything, it's confusing. I love the episode, but oh my goodness, I can't keep up. I just can't keep up. Okay, am I getting old? What's happening to me? Is time moving this fast? I'm trying to move faster with it, but I'm just like, yeah. Other than that, everything turns back to normal. We see, like, good old gosh, why am I forgetting names or something like that? Shadow Moth was, of course, upset. This wasn't already in the end. And of course, and after that, Ladybug and Alia, or maybe Alia and Marinette, we see Ladybug coming back to the, room and transform back to, Marinette, de-transform, and then comes out the room as if she was already, like, was always stuck in there for some. But they saw her, like, literally, like, trapped in the bubble, as, I don't know. I guess that's where it, end up. Like, they probably wouldn't question, like, wait, did you got out from, like, Alia's room? Maybe there's somewhere that leaves the room to actually leave from the outside world, but comes back and everyone is all happy and all that, except for, like, Cat Noir. I feel like he is sort of like a bit upset and a bit, like, feels rejected in a way, which, yeah, I know that, and especially for Gabriel, his plans failed, and crashes his iPad, which I'm like, how you gotta get a new one, huh? I don't know. Here we gotta find out. I know there's a lot of things I skipped and missed, but if I really come back to those this video would be at least 2 hours long. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop and just, just cut it short. And I try to cut these shorts, okay? I really try to cut it short, but I don't know, that's just the pinpoints. And one of those pinpoints was like, yep, Alia's capable, she is smart. Cat Noir, I don't know if you need any use for this episode, let me tell you that. I don't know, he uses Cataclysm for the bubble and fails. And already trapping the bubble and just like, oh, okay, that's just not. Ow. And seeing like how, the missions are getting trickier, we also see that true, the anger true Shadow Mods and how he is. And also how we start to see like how Alia, this is Alia's praise. Alia deserves the praise. She's definitely top tier. If anything, she's probably better than Ladybug. And when I'm really thinking about it, Caprace, Nino, and also Rena Rouge, I mean, they could be like the new Ladybug and, Cat Noir if they wanted to. And I can see that two of them can actually compete for that title, even though they're like friends and they're like best buds saving the world, which hopefully does come true. Hopefully that we don't see, Cat Blanc again and, pretty much going to the dark side, but I don't know. Hopefully that's not true actually, because Cat Noir is always there no matter what. Even though he's feeling rejected, he's strong. But we gotta have to see. We have to wait and see further episodes come if there's a certain path that could turn in each way. Because a lot of these episodes are coming in randomly. Episode 7 comes out, and all of a sudden, episode 18 comes out. That kind of thing. And I just don't know what to predict or stuff like that. But seeing this episode, I just get this feeling like I can't keep up, but I just know I can. And I'm not letting it stop at me. Okay? I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy. I'm out of this. I hope you enjoy my rambling, my Ladybug Miraculous rambling. This guy always confused about rambling and seeing these episodes trying to confuse me. But I'm not. Who's confused? Never said I was confused. I got this. Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy. Peace.